Okay, just testing. Oh yeah, that will do. That will do. That will do. Yeah, that will do. Oh, last so. So, you have a copy of the Medicine Buddha, the Puja, Medicine Buddha Puja, with you. I would like you to open the page number 54 to have a glimpse of the medicine, the oh, first, welcome back. And welcome back to the last and the third and the last session. Uh, as agreed, as promised, we will do the visualizing. So earlier, the second session, we did the concentrated meditation, sort of guided meditation for the guided training for the concentrated meditation. And this one is the visualizing meditation. And we will do two types of meditation. One will be on the Medicine Buddha, and one will be on the Amitabha Buddha. Okay. Amitabha Buddha. Okay. Amitabha Buddha, we don't have to like that. So page number 52 is where the image of Medicine Buddha is. So those looking, watching online, if you have the Tibetan Buddhist Center Medicine Buddha Puja. Huh? No. Oh, Amitabha is also there. Okay. Oh, Amitabha is okay. That will come later. 36 or 46? 46. Okay, so on page number 46, we also have the Amitabha Buddha. 36, huh? Yeah, okay. So it's actually not Amitabha Buddha, but that is a very very lookalike. So we can use that as a yes. Yeah, Amitabha is a bow. This one doesn't have. Uh, his name is Medicine Buddha, free from supreme liberation, free from suffering. That's his name. Nyange Mechopel, Medicine Buddha, supreme liberation, free from suffering. That's his name. They look very much like Amitabha Buddha. It's yeah. Anyway, yeah. But yeah, similar. Actually, the same feature and everything. Yes. Okay, so I will draw your attention to the page number 52. Okay. So the first thing we're gonna do is the meditation on the Medicine Buddha. So normally people talk about Medicine Buddha. We always think about this Buddha, the one on page number 50, I think one, right? 51. So on the adjacent page of 52. So there's 51 is different. So the adjacent to page number 52, basically that is what it is. This is what we actually, in actual reality, there is 7 Medicine Buddha, or sometimes 8 Medicine Buddha. Okay, can be confusing. So when we say 7, we call it the 7 Medicine Buddha siblings, brothers. 7 Medicine. Yeah, it's on that page. Yeah. So actually, that page, the first page, if you go to the very first page, there is all the 8 Medicine Buddha in one page, and even more than that. Then you can actually find the other version of Amitabha, which is Amitayus on the right top as well. We'll come back to that later. Anyway, so there's actually 7 Medicine Buddhas, okay? 7 Medicine Buddhas. And we usually add Buddha Shakyamuni, the founder, or the what do you call, the founder of Buddhism, as as popularly known. Also because this is the reign of the Buddha Shakyamuni. Out of the 1,000 Buddhas to come, this is the reign of the Shakyamuni Buddha. So therefore, we add Shakyamuni Buddha, and then it becomes 8 medicine Buddhas. So basically, we have 8 or 7 medicine Buddha. According to the prayer and everything, there is 7 medicine Buddhas. 7 medicine Buddha plus 1 Shakyamuni, then 8 medicine Buddhas. Okay, and then of all the medicine Buddha, the central figure is known as the medicine Buddha, King of Lapis Light. So King of Lapis Light, this is him. Okay, King of Lapis Light. So most of the feature almost same as Buddha Shakyamuni, except for the color, which is that of a lapis lazuli stone. Then his mudra, right hand holds the myrobalan. It's called herb, right? Right hand is a myrobalan herb stem. Arura in Sanskrit and myrobalan or something in English. The name of the plant is myrobalan or balam or something. In Sanskrit, it's called arura. Yeah. So arura plant. So basically this is a medicinal plant, myrobalan or myrobalan or something. Myrobalan, I think, yeah. That's in English, it's called myrobalan or something. Anyway, so that's the herb in his right hand. In his left hand, just like the Shakyamuni Buddha, he has the what do you call, the alms bowl, the vase. Yeah, the alms. It's not a vase. It's a so vase and alms bowl are a little bit different. So it's we call this the alms bowl. So you know when the monks go for begging for food, this is what they carry. So in the vase there would be nectar to cure all sort of disease like that. So this is the very simple understanding of the medicine Buddha. So maybe do a short introduction to the story of medicine Buddha. Yeah, then it makes a little bit relevant. So what happened is during the Buddha Shakyamuni's third tuning of the Dharma wheel. Yeah, so Buddha Shakyamuni tuning of the Dharma wheel, he tuned the Dharma wheel for 3 times. Of course, he taught so many times, but each teachings were divided. Categorized according to the topic and this and that. So anyway, during the third tuning of the Dharma wheel in a place called Vaishali in today's Uttar Pradesh, India, northern India. So Buddha was giving the third tuning of the Dharma wheel, and during a break, the third tuning of the Dharma wheel, basically the first tuning, second tuning, third tuning, they are all on the profound reality, the ultimate reality, ultimate truth in this. So relaying the ultimate truth to different persons of different capacity in different ways. So basically it's truth told in different ways, a different perspective to the truth in 3 different ways. The first tuning, the second tuning, third tuning have different perspective to the truth. So of course, the truth always remains the same, but the perspective is different. Anyway, so during the third tuning of the Dharma wheel, Buddha was taking a break. The Buddha and his the fellowships were taking a break by the river, and at that particular time, Bodhisattva Manjushri. So Manjushri can be Buddha, Manjushri can be Bodhisattva. So he emanates in different forms. In this particular time, during Buddha's time, they were known as the 8 apostles. Apostle is something just I made up, but during the 8 main students of the Buddha, main disciples of the Buddha. So we can actually call them apostle because they're Nyewe Sechin Ge. So it's the it's actually equivalent to an apostle. So there are 8 apostles of the Buddha that time, one of which is the Manjushri. So Manjushri at that time is in the Bodhisattva form, meaning at that time he is not in his usual celestial Sambhogakaya form, like royal attire, all of that. He was actually in a monastic garb. He's a monk at that time, okay? Appearing, manifesting as a monk. So because Manjushri knelt before the Buddha and then asked Buddha Shakyamuni, in the future, so the term that he used was during the last of the 500 years. So basically what this refers to is Buddha Shakyamuni's reign or his teaching is predicted to last, prophesized to last for 5,000 years or 10 sets of 500 years. So the last 500 year is basically the last term of the Buddha's thing. So during the last term of the Buddha's the reign of the Buddha's time, basically at the last 500 years, people's mind are going to be so corrupted with so many bad things, and because of that corruption, they will engage in so many negative activities, and that negative activity will actually bring forth kind of diseases, malaise, illnesses, a lot of shortcomings will be there. Basically, people will suffer a great deal. So during those times when medicines cannot help to heal people, when treatments fail to help this and that. So during those times when people are totally corrupted and all this, that, then at that time, what is the remedy? And then Buddha Shakyamuni spoke of, he said that time during the break, then Buddha recalled the stories of the 7 medicine Buddhas. So, at a certain place, however, like something kilometer, whatever, from here, something 80,000 something kilometer from here, there is the land called this and that, the Lapis land or something. And then there is the medicine Buddha, king of Lapis light. There is the medicine Buddha, supreme liberation, free from sorrow, and the medicine Buddha, stainless gold, this and that. So he named the 7 medicine Buddhas, and then also told Manjushri of the benefits of practicing each of the 7 medicine Buddhas, what their prayers were, what their commitments were, what their aspirations were when they were bodhisattvas, and when they become Buddhas, they committed themselves to fulfill those aspirations. So it's a lengthy aspiration. So each bodhisattva, each of the 7 medicine Buddha, some has 4 great aspirations, some has 8 aspirations. Today we will talk about only 12 of them. That is the 12 for the medicine Buddha, king of Lapis light, the central figure of medicine Buddhas. So his name is king of Lapis light. That is the medicine Buddha. So blue figure and all that. So when Shakyamuni Buddha spoke the virtue, the quality, the virtue of all this medicine Buddha, all the 7 medicine Buddha, when he spoke about these things and all the qualities and the benefits of the medicine Buddha, this and that, when everything fails, when people are super corrupted and all that, this and that, and then even at those times, those days, the medicine Buddha can help people, this and that. There were doubt among the students, the audience, right? People are thinking like, okay, how can this be true? Even though he is the Buddha, he might have just been exaggerating a little bit like that. And at that time, the 7 medicine Buddhas came from their pure land to the very space where the Shakyamuni Buddha was, and with a cohort of, actually it says something about 20,000 bodhisattvas and I don't know, 8,000 or whatever hearers, Shravakas, basically, yeah, there's about like 25,000 people that time, okay, like that. So all of them were able to witness the 7 medicine Buddha appearing in the space in front of them, and 7 medicine Buddha in the presence of the Shakyamuni Buddha. Now that makes 8 medicine Buddhas. So they all recounted the aspiration, all this thing that they have made in the past, and then they said, whatever I have said in the past, I will make sure this and this will be fulfilled today, right away. So it was, of course, prophesied for the last 500 years. But then as time degenerates, sometime, even though it was prophesied for the last 500 years of the Buddha's reign, but when time starts to degenerate, then one degeneration can propel another degeneration and can actually quicken the process and everything, the whole thing. So basically, of course, the maturation of the medicine Buddha's prayer, the climactic maturation of medicine Buddha's prayer, of course, will happen during the last 500 years. But as time degenerates from So we are in the middle, right? So it's about 2,600 years now. So therefore, as time degenerates, this power, the power of the medicine Buddha, becomes stronger and stronger, and it will become stronger and stronger as our vices become harsher and harsher. So, so the more, last night we talked about owning up to our mistake and our owning up to our vices, this and that. Once you own that up, once you own up the suffering, once you own up the vices, then the antidote, the method of the Buddha's teaching will be more applicable, more relative to you. When you put it in an abstract manner, in a generic manner, out there in the air, then the teaching will also be out there if you like that. So therefore, as the vices and the degeneration of our morality, degeneration of our speech, our action, our thought, our whole thing starts to degenerate, the whole thing starts to degenerate, then the power of the medicine Buddha works the best, strongest, like that. So therefore, these are it's an appropriate, an apt practice for these times. So therefore, we do the medicine Buddha, and then at one point or another, we are all sick, right? So some sickness is big, some sickness is small, like that. So for that reason, praying to the medicine Buddha helps a great deal. So I ask you to come to the medicine Buddha, look at the adjacent page to page number 52. That is how medicine Buddha looks like. But I actually want to bring you to page number 55 if you're reading Chinese, or 56 if you're reading English. From then onwards, these are the 12 prayers made by the medicine Buddha, King of Lapis Life. Actually, in the book, each of the prayer by each of the medicine Buddha is outlined. So these are the prayers made by the King of Lapis Life, the central figure of medicine Buddha. So that is what it is, okay? So I will just read through this. Please come to page number 56. So here it says in English, through the force of hearing the conqueror's name, conqueror means the Buddha, expressing, and in this particular context, it's referring to the medicine Buddha. So by hearing the medicine Buddha's name, or expressing it, or recalling it, remembering, or prostrating towards him, or making offerings to him, now the aspiration comes, okay? The prayers, the great prayers. One is, may each and every sentient being, such as ourselves, all become like you, graced with mark and sign. So there's something called 32 minor marks and 84, right? 84 major signs. Basically, these are signs of a Buddha. So basically, it says you will become a Buddha. You will actually be able to plant the seed of becoming a Buddha. That's what it means. Okay. May the light dispelling darkness, the enjoyment of wisdom, skillful means be inexhaustible. May those attracted to mistaken and lesser paths enter Mahayana path, and all be beautified, beautified be their vows. Oh yeah. Then followed by, may we be free from so instead of saying may, let's just go we will like that. We will be free from pain caused by immorality. We will be complete in faculties and without disease, and have abundant goods. We will, those of us who are disillusioned with the weakest conditions, always have powerful faculties. I'm on page number 58 now. Yeah. May those of us who are this one. And those of, may we be free from Mara's noose. Mara is basically illusion. Mara is the death. Mara is the devil, whatever you may call him. Mara's noose and perverse viewpoints. May those tormented by king is be, not be is by. May those tormented by kings gain bliss, and those who out of hunger support themselves through negativity. So here it says king. Basically, king is a reference to lords, basically powerful people. This is a reference to them. So people who have been tormented by powerful people, may they be free from that. That's what it's referring to. It does not necessarily have to be an actual king. with the royal descendants. So be satisfied with food received in accordance with the Dharma. That means making a right livelihood. Yeah, receiving food in accordance with the Dharma means making the right livelihood, not through cheating and this and that. May hardships of heat and cold be pacified. Our hardships of heat and cold will be pacified, and all good wishes will be fulfilled. And we will be endowed with morality that pleases the Aryas, the noble beings, and we will be liberated. And the last one, page number 59. And when we pass away from this life, we will be born from a lotus in that Buddha field, meaning the Buddha field of the medicine Buddha, King of Lotus Light, with all the qualities of the Buddha complete, and we will become a vessel for transmitting the teachings of conquerors, such as medicine guru, king of doctor, and cause them delight. So that is extra, I think, and cause them delight, like that. So these are the 12 great prayers made by medicine Buddha, King of Lotus Light. So when you have time, you can come back to this and focus on that. So if you have more time, then you can read the individual prayers of each of the 7 medicine Buddhas and what they are. So some of them are to have those. So whatever shortcomings that you may be going through, whatever difficulties that you may be going through, there is an answer for each of them. It's answered by one of the individual medicine Buddhas there. Then you can actually pray to that particular medicine Buddha to give you the strength or power, whatever, for that need you have. Okay, so this is just a brief overview. So today, maybe just to ease out, okay, I will not do the more extensive one. We will do a more simplified version of the medicine Buddha practice, okay, because time constraint maybe. So usually there are 2 types of medicine Buddha practice that we do. We do something called a towering meditation. So basically we have all the 7 medicine Buddha, one atop another. So like a tower, like a building. So one atop another. And then we seek blessing from each of them like that. So today, it will be very complicated if we follow this today, right? So just do the simple one medicine Buddha today, yeah? And then if time allows, we can do all of them, okay? So okay, now coming back to the core of today's topic. This is visualizing meditation, visualizing meditation. And it's kind of related to Vajrayana as well, because we are doing the shower or dripping of the nectar and purification through visualization. All this thing is not spoken in the sutra itself. So one of the unique part of the medicine Buddha practices, usually in all of the visualizing meditation in the Vajrayana format, always the deity comes in the Sambhogakaya form, the enjoyment body. But here you will find like Amitabha turns into Amitayus, right? And so on and so forth like that. But here the medicine Buddha remains as in a monastic form. He remains in a tulku, the Nirmana Kaya form. So he remains as a bhikshu, monastic form. So the main reason for this is actually, as the bhikshus have to carry the vows like that. So this is actually to do with keeping the morality. So basically what it means is medicine Buddha has a special sort of effect for keeping your morality or keeping your commitments intact. So therefore, medicine Buddha actually appears, instead of appearing in a celestial form, like a godlike form, he actually appears in a monastic form, monk-like. But still, as I said, this is a visualization and Vajrayana practice. So what happens in Vajrayana is basically Buddhist Tantra. And Tantra means to protect or sustain the body. Tan means body, Tra means to sustain or support or protect or help the help. So Tantra means to help or support or sustain the body. Man is mind. Mantra means sustain or help the mind, sustain the mind, sustain the body. Mantra, Tantra. So why? So this is very confusing because we are talking about visualizing this and that, and then how come this is a physical practice? Because we are not moving at all. We're just sitting like this, just imagining things, and there's no physical movement involved to a certain extent. So how come this is a tantra? How is this a practice of sustaining the body? So basically what happens is during the what happens is in order to become a Buddha, we talk about the enlightened speech, enlightened mind, enlightened body. So enlightened body, speech, and mind doesn't come out of the blue. It has to come out of a certain cause and condition. So this is the basic structure of not just Buddhism, but of reality, the whole thing, right? There has to be a cause for an effect to arise. So for a Buddha to arise, there has to be a cause. For a Buddha's body to arise, there has to be a cause and all that. So this perfect Buddha, enlightened, the perfect and enlightened form of a perfect, purified, enlightened form of the Buddha's body, where does this come from? So it has to have a cause. So the cause lies within us. So what we actually do is we visualize the body of the Buddha. Okay. In what happens in the Sutrayana, the perfect causes and conditions for the mind, enlightened mind of the Buddha is specified very clearly. But it wasn't very clearly doesn't really clearly specify the cause and condition and how, the way to develop the body of the enlightened being. So therefore, this one you can only find in the Tantra. So therefore, and Tantra does this by training us in the visualizing of the Buddha's perfect body. So that's why we visualize or imagine the perfect body of the Buddha. This Buddha, that Buddha, like whichever up to your preference. So therefore, what happens is, of course, this even though the Buddha's body has to have a cause and effect, cause, this body actually when we die is either buried or burned or whatever. So it goes back to the atoms and whatever it can what is made out of, and it doesn't really go to the Buddhahood itself. So therefore, we need to have something that actually sustains and go to until we reach Buddhahood. It has to the continuum of a certain continuum of that force has to go until we reach Buddhahood. So the Buddha's perfect enlightened body has to have a continuum of causes. And that we can only find in the consciousness or the mind. So the mind that we have, we train, we visualize our mind to train in a certain way. So we visualize the perfect enlightened body of the Buddha now, so that the mind travels from this to the next life, to the other lives. And then when we become Buddha, we do have a cause for the perfect enlightened body of the Buddha. So therefore, we visualize in the Buddha's body like that. So that's the main reason for envisioning the Buddha's body. So first of all, most important thing, we do a lot of visualizing practices. First of all, the most important thing is to, before we visualize, if you think of the Buddha's body just like that, coming out of the balloon, out of nothingness, that is not very unique to the Buddhist practices. So first of all, we need to actually envision or think a little bit on the emptiness. That emptiness basically does not mean nothingness. You all know that. So emptiness basically means free from or empty of inherent existing. That's what emptiness is. So therefore, nothing has a solid construct of its own. Everything is dependent upon each other to survive, to exist, to be there. So once you understand that, then you know everything structure, all this thing that you see out there doesn't have a solid nature of its own. It's all made up, it's all compounded, it's all put together, it's all dependent origination, dependent arising, dependent upon each other. So once you find that out, you see that there is no one single pointed existence of anything. So that is the very basic understanding of emptiness. So from emptiness, with this understanding, when you say in the Buddhist scripture, from emptiness comes this and this, what it actually means is with this understanding. So from emptiness means with this understanding, with this perspective. That's the meaning of from emptiness, because there's nothing to come out of emptiness anyways. So coming from the emptiness means with this understanding comes this. That's what it means. So from emptiness, or with this understanding of emptiness in this light, then we visualize the medicine Buddha. So coming back to the medicine Buddha picture, so this is how he looks like. I'm not going to describe and take your time. Just look at the picture of the medicine Buddha like that. Yeah. So take a very good look at the medicine Buddha. So this is different from the concentrated meditation we did earlier. It's a single pointed meditation we did earlier. This is going to be analytical meditation. So now we analyze the eyes of the medicine Buddha, the facial expression, the ear lobes, the ushnisha, the crown, the rose, the whole body, the myrobalan flower that he's carrying, the whole thing. We just look at it very carefully, like that. So maybe we take about half a minute to look at it. Basically, observe the appearance of the medicine Buddha as much as we can. So be aware of the medicine Buddha, like the image of the medicine Buddha, like that. Just observe. Yeah, like that. Yeah. Now you can sit the way I told you earlier to sit, across leg and all this, the seven pointed posture of the Vairocana Buddha, like that, or any form is fine actually. So this is just a recommended posture. Then basically sitting upright, a little bit straighten back is important. Okay. So now close your eyes, or slowly place your gaze on the tip of your nose, like that. In your ordinary state, meaning in the state whichever you are right now, visualize on your crown a lotus flower. This can be a colorful lotus flower. There is no specification. Any color you prefer, that's fine. On the lotus flower, there's a moon disk. Moon is whitish, like that. And on that moon disk, or the moon throne, there will be the medicine Buddha, as we have seen in the picture right now. So this medicine Buddha is not flat, as we have seen in the Thangka in the picture. It's actually a living and breathing medicine Buddha, full of light, abundance in love, full of light, gazing with compassion, lots of compassion, like that. So we visualize this medicine Buddha on our head, our crown. So it's a life-size medicine Buddha. Then this medicine Buddha, we recall the facial expression of the medicine Buddha. He's smiling slightly. His right hand is holding the myrobalan flower. So you see the difference between this and the last meditation. Last meditation, you can think of the pebble and the pebble only, nothing more, nothing less. Here, you can actually venture from the expression of the medicine Buddha to the gesture, to the color, to all the different specification of the medicine Buddha. So there is more room to roam around. But the central sphere is still maintained, sort of a boundary is still maintained. Basically, you are thinking about the medicine Buddha only. But within the sphere of medicine Buddha, you can think or pay attention to any form, whether it is his hand gesture, the bowl, the different specification and different qualification, different attributes, whatever you want to focus on, you have the freedom to focus and wander. This is vis-a-vis the previous meditation of the pebble, which you have no room to roam around. So now visualize the medicine Buddha, King of Lapis Light, beaming with love and loving kindness. Then his color is that of the lapis light, the lapis lazuli stone, beaming with love like that. So this is one set of meditation. Just visualize him on your crown. Uh, so we can come back. We can take a break and then go back to the medicine Buddha's, what do you call, the image that we have just seen, page number 52. We'll come back again, look at the medicine Buddha's picture once again, look at it slowly and observe like that. This time, instead of taking the whole picture of the medicine Buddha, we will only pick the facial expression of the medicine Buddha, the earlobes, the eyes, the eyebrows, the slightly opened nature of the eyes, the nose, and the bindu on his forehead, and his crown, this thing. Only the facial part we will focus on. So we will close the book now and go back to the same meditation. We will maintain the same image of the medicine Buddha in full glory, but we will focus only on the facial part. So reprint the same image that you have seen in the medicine Buddha's book right now, the expression, the face, the gaze, the nose, this and that. We will reprint the image of his eyes. We will now reprint the image of his nose. We'll reprint the image of his mouth, his ears, his head, the Ushnisha, the crown. We have now reprinted the same image of the medicine Buddha's face. And now we will focus only on the face, the eyes, the nose, the face, the mouth, the lips, sorry, the lips, the chin, the nose, the ear. Just focus on that. If you feel uncomfortable or if you feel uncertain, come back, look at the picture once again. Analytical meditation has a lot of free room. So come back, look at the picture once again, close it, and try to reproduce the same image within your mental stream, like that. So I will not explain anything anymore. So on your own, reprint the same image, starting from the eyes, the eyebrows, the nose, etc. So without my guidance, print the same image yourself. I will do it on my own. You also do it on your own. At any moment you feel uncertain, come back to the picture. Once you have finished reproducing the image of the medicine Buddha in your mental stream, basically in your mind, then try to maintain it. Once again, don't forget that this is not a flattened image. It's a live, living, breathing medicine Buddha. So this is Yeah. So this is a set of visualizing practice, right? For the ease of meditation, you can actually in general visualizing meditation, generally you can actually visualize that deity. So the deity is whatever the Buddha is. So the deity, whether it's green Tara, blue medicine Buddha, whatever, you can usually visualize it in front of you. Okay. Uh, the reason I asked you to visualize on your head, I will explain later. Generally, you visualize right in front of you, okay, in front of you, about 2 meters length. If you were to make a prostration, your tip of your hands, palm, the fingertips, will be able to touch the feet of that deity. So it has to be basically that length. So imagine of that distance, and then the level of the Buddha, the deity should be usually the throne should be on the same level as your forehead, like that. Okay, and then it should be life size. Okay, so your prostration length size, the length of your prostration, the length equates with your prostration, and the level equates with your forehead, right? And then we visualize whatever deity that is. For example, medicine Buddha. Then for medicine Buddha, it has to be alive, okay? And it has to be luminous. Has to be not dull, not like a picture. All this picture, if you switch off the light, that's going to be, it's not self-luminous. But this one has to be luminous, and has to carry some weight. If you visualize it as an actual person, a living being, then the weight will be there. So this is very important in all visualizing meditation, okay? Whether visualizing Tara, any Buddha, okay? So this helps to two benefits. Two benefits. That is the purpose of meditation. The purpose of meditation is to gain two qualities. One is clarity of the mind. The other is stability of the mind. Clarity, stability. When you visualize the Buddha luminous, it helps to gain clarity. When you visualize the Buddha, a little bit carrying some weight, it helps us with stability, because when it has some weight, then it stands still, right? Clarity and stability. So for that purpose, imagine the Buddha image or whatever Buddha that be, has some weight and is luminous. Visualize like that. So that's the thing. Now I'll come back to why we do the medicine Buddha on top of our head instead of in front of like that. Actually, you can do it both way, but in this particular purpose, the reason I want to bring the medicine Buddha, introduce the medicine Buddha practice is because all of us have, as I said, all of us have suffered physically, mentally, and maybe some spiritually too, a certain level. So therefore, there's the wound to heal. There is a lot of mending to be done. So for that reason, medicine Buddha, we will request the medicine Buddha or engage in the medicine Buddha practice to release those pain. Okay. So for that reason, I would like to draw your attention once again to page number 50, 52. And I want to go to I want to go to the mantra of medicine Buddha. First, yes, here, 68, 68. So 68 is the longer mantra, and 69 is the normal or the average, the regular mantra. Okay. So it's I will just repeat. I will just say the mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Be Khanze Guru Vendroya Baba Ranjaya Tata Gataya Arahate Samyasam Buddhaya Tatyatha Om Be Khanze Maha Be Khanze Ranja Samungade Soha. This is known as the long mantra. Then the regular mantra is just Tadyatha Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Ranja Samungate Soha. That is the regular mantra. So usually you can focus on the regular mantra, or if you want, you can do the longer mantra. Basically, if you know whichever is more comfortable for you, you do that one. So what we usually do is focus on the long mantra first, and then do the regular mantra later. Okay, so the point of me drawing you to this mantra is what we now have to do is, because now we're already familiarized with the meditation, this and that. So once again, you draw your attention to the medicine Buddha on your crown, on your head, like before. So maybe okay, so may I ask you to sit cross-legged, be in the Vairocana position, and then visualize the medicine Buddha on your crown. And to the medicine Buddha, you pray, and the prayer you do with the recitation of the medicine Buddha mantra. The medicine Buddha mantra is, I will say the mantra now. Tadyatha Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Ranza Samungate Soha. Or the long mantra Om Namo Bhagavate Bekanze Guru Bendurya Prabha Ranza Ya Tata Gata Ya Arahate Samya Sambuddhaya Tadyatha Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Ranza Samungat Soha. So you can repeat this mantra just like we did with the breathing exercise. We can do this mantra recitation exercise. Just do it as much as set a timer and then keep repeating the mantra. As you repeat the mantra, the vibration from the mantra actually activates the heart of the medicine Buddha. Basically, it actually motivates him or moves him to bless us. So from his heart, at his heart, we can visualize the letter Om. If it's too difficult, just visualize that from his heart there is the nectar pouring out. Okay, the nectar pouring out, and then that nectar pours out. Nectar is basically the blessing elixir to help us cleanse our darkness, negativity, whatever, all the bad things. So the nectar pours to us, but through the opening on our crown, it fills up the whole of my body. Okay, my body. So I'm saying my, so then you can actually relate. So it's cleaning, it's filling up my body from the tip of my feet to the top of my head. This nectar fills up. And because this nectar fills up all of my body, there's no room for any negativity to be left. So all the negativity, all the stains, all the dirt has been cleaned out, purified, pushed out by the dripping of the nectar from the medicine Buddha. You can once again focus more on the medicine Buddha's. You can focus that nectar to flow into any specific spot within your body that you want to treat, in your knees, in your back, whatever. You can direct it towards that, and just like a flooding of, basically this nectar floods away all the negativity, all the sickness, all the darkness, whatever is bothering you, dragging you down, clutching you, etc. So it happens. You can repeatedly do that. As we keep repeating the mantra, the vibration from that actually, physically, the vibration actually activates the heart of the medicine Buddha, and the nectar starts pouring out. Spiritually, it actually moves the medicine Buddha to bless you. So spiritually or physically, there will be nectar flowing out from the medicine Buddha's heart. Then it comes to your heart, through your crown, it fills up all of your body, basically purifies you like that. So people like this, you can do this many times, especially if you come out of, so you can think of this as a detoxification meditation. So it's like, think of this like a detox, okay? Detox. So you can do it during the early morning or later in the evening after you meet certain toxic people and you want to detox yourself. It's a human thing, huh? So sometimes we really get let down and by certain people. So then you can practice this meditation to detox yourself from all this thing. And of course, that doesn't mean you hate that person or you just give up on that person or like no compassion, nothing like that. You just want to detox yourself. That's very fine, huh? So you do this many times as much as you need. That is what I mean. When in the book, that's in the Dhamma book, it says many times, it means as much as you need. As much as you need. As much as you need means nothing more, nothing less. If you do, because people think as much as you need means too many things. If you do too many things, you get tired, exhausted, whatever, and then you give like you don't want to engage in Dharma practice anymore at all because you give up. Yeah, too much extreme is not good. Too much on the right side, not good. Too much on the left side, not good. So basically, in the middle, the Madhyamika, the Uma, right? In the middle, yes. So moderation is the key, as we say in our daily life. So that's why we come back to the previous session. We talk about um, um, shorter session, multiple sessions, right? So shorter session makes it whatever session that we do becomes a proper session. Like that. So anyway, coming back, so this is one set of meditation. So this will help us to detox all the negative aspects. So it's not just to use for the toxic people only, okay? Because we already it's not just our external individuals. We have so much toxicity within us as well. And so when I say toxic, I mean our habitual negative tendencies, our karmic debts, all this thing I'm applying to for all of that. So this can be purified by doing that. So you purify it like that. That is one set of practice. The other set of practice I agreed was is to do the to the Amitabha Buddha. Amitabha Buddha. Yeah. So this is kind of an impromptu sort of recommendation from what's your name? Huh? Huh? UN. Yes. So this comes from UN's question. So so she asked me what kind of meditation one should do and this and that, how many, whatever. So do it in the evening, this and that. So two sets of meditation to do in the morning. One is to bodhicitta. The other is to see the reality of the mind, nature of the mind. These are two in the morning. And then in the evening, before sleeping, you can do the karsa, meditation based on Amitabha Buddha. So this is name of the, let me look at the name, okay? The Tibetan names are very fancy, you know, so Beijing Gishing, but Tokwa never took it, something you want to see. So to reach the pure land of great bliss, the Amitabha's land, without any hindrances, the so-called practice of meditation in sleep. This is the name of the book, okay? Yeah. This is Amitabha. Okay. Yeah. That's fine. Yes, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. uh, mm, you don't really, yeah. So this one is a little bit different from the medicine Buddha one. There are some prayers to be said. I don't know whether, okay, I will just summarize the prayer into certain instruction. Okay. So basically, I'll just read this one, okay? So give it like a transmission. Maybe no transmission, just instruction. So instruction, okay? Then, okay. So the instruction is this. So it's your bedtime. So before sleeping, make a very strong respiration. Yeah, very strong deep faith to the Amitabha Buddha. Then with a very strong aspiration, make offerings, make prostration, make offerings, and then so basically the 7-limb practice, 7-limb prostration, confession, rejoice. Offering, shakpa, which is confession, rejoice, then asking to teach, asking to live long. Then dedication, right? So basically the seven limb practice. Yeah, I'm not going to go into detail on that. So engage in the 7-limb practice towards the Amitabha Buddha. Then make the mandala offering to the Amitabha Buddha. If you can, do the Sashipurgi. If you cannot, that's also fine. Just make the mandala. So mandala offering in this scenario, think of mandala offering as basically offering yourself to Medicine Buddha. So like that. Basically, I'm offering myself to, not Medicine Buddha, sorry, to the Amitabha Buddha. Yeah. So make prostration, correct. Visualize the Amitabha Buddha as he is here. So Amitabha Buddha image you can actually find. And as page number 35 has a very uncanny resemblance to Medicine Buddha, Amitabha Buddha. So that is, then you add one alms bowl, and that's the Amitabha Buddha. Page 35, huh? 35. Adjacent to page number 35 is the Amitabha Buddha. Or you can visualize this one, the Mayana version or the Chinese version. This Harsa Vame, Sema. Vame, not Tsabame. Vame and Tsabame actually same thing, but anyway, yeah. But Vame, this is Amitabha, not Amitayus. Okay. So visualize the Amitabha Buddha in so now this time visualize like I explained earlier about your body's length above on the same level as your forehead. Then visualize the Amitabha Buddha, and to Amitabha Buddha you engage in the 7-limb practice. Okay. After that you lie down on the lap of Amitabha Buddha. You lie down on the lap of Amitabha Buddha. That Amitabha Buddha actually is none other than your root guru. Lie down on the lap. Doesn't matter. Doesn't say anything. So it depends on how you sleep usually also, right? So it doesn't specify which side of the leg. Doesn't really matter in general. Yeah, like that. And then, so you make this prostration and everything, the 7-limb, engage in the 7-limb practice. Then after that, you lie down on the lap of the Amitabha Buddha, like that. That Amitabha Buddha is none other than your root guru. So your root guru can be His Holiness or this or that guru, whoever that be. This is none other than your root guru, but appearing in the form of Amitabha Buddha, like that. So you're sleeping on his lap, like that. So as you basically when you sleep, you will be breathing out and breathing in, breathing out and in, like that. So as you breathe out, your spirit or your consciousness, whatever you may call it. Let's just, for a lack of a better word, let's call it spirit or your consciousness, your namshi. There's no soul, so basically whatever constitutes you, your being, sense of being. So basically you, in the form of light that is white in color with a tinge of redness, white and red, okay? So basically pinkish white, pinkish white. So white with a shade of redness.
We lie on the left and then after that we lie.
Yeah, so okay, so let's do this, okay? You don't I cannot lie anyway. Okay, so for example, I would do the demonstration. So you are lying on the left of the Amitabha, yeah. Amitabha. Then as you breathe out, your consciousness, your namshik, your spirit, your consciousness is coming out from your heart in the form of from your heart to your nostril, okay? From your heart to your nostril, in the form of a white light that is white with a reddish tinge, basically pinkish white. Yeah, lightly, little bit of redness there, but mostly white, white and red. Okay, 90% white, 10% red. If you want to go particular. Just kidding. So yeah, just a tinge, just a shade, shade of redness there. Like on the edge, it will be a little bit of redness, but the whole body is white like that. So as you breathe out, your consciousness in the form of light. Okay, it's actually your consciousness because consciousness cannot be seen. Now you have to formalize it in a light. Okay, like a white with redness, shade of redness. So this consciousness in the form of light, white with a shade of redness, uh, through your heart, from your heart to the nostril, goes to the Amitabha Buddha, to the Amitabha Buddha, and then submerges in the heart of the Amitabha Buddha. It submerges into the heart of the Amitabha Buddha. Then, as it comes, when you're breathing in, then the same light comes back from. So it's like a recycling. So it comes back from the Amitabha's heart. So the same light, the white with the shade of redness, comes back to your heart through your nostrils and comes back to your heart. So basically, that recycling is done. So you will do it 21 times. 21 times. At the end of the 21 times, you can recite Om Amarana Jivanti Soha, which is the Amitayus mantra, or Om Amiteva Shi, which is the Amitabha mantra. So whether if you fall asleep, that's the best. Yeah, that's the best. If you fall asleep, it's similar to the counting sheep thing, you know, in order to get sleep. So if you fall asleep during in between, actually that's very good because sleep is considered neutral. So the sleep is actually considered a neutral emotion in Buddhist psychology. So that means whatever if you sleep during the bedtime, if you sleep with a good motivation, good thought, whatever, then whole 10, 12, 8, 6 hours of sleep becomes positive, positive sleep, positive intent, positive thought like that. So you are accumulating merit the whole time you are sleeping. If you sleep with a negative, then or your whole sleep becomes negative. Then if you're neutral, it's neutral like that. So sleep is considered Shengyur. So I don't know what is Shengyur's translation. Translated Shengyur. You know Shengyur? Shengyur means it's a transformative basically. So yeah. So Shen means other, Gyur means transform. So Shengyur, other transformation. So it can be. So basically, it's neutral. So whatever color you give it, that it will take the form of that shade. Anyway. So if you fall asleep during that, then it's actually a good thing. This will help. You have a very positive sleep, meaning you are accumulating merit doing rituals activity during the whole time you are sleeping. So you can sleep for 10 hours and say, I did 10 hours of practice. You know? If you do not get, if you are not able to sleep, that's also fine. So don't put too much force into it to either to sleep or either to finish this. Just do it in a very relaxed way, okay? If you fail to finish it, also okay. If you could finish it, then there is some method to finish it, conclude it. So how you conclude it? You conclude it by saying the Amitabha or Amitayus mantra or both, Amami Devashi or Amarana Jivanti, so on. And then if you are still not asleep, then you can make the aspiration to be born in the land of Amitabha, this and that, all these things. So one benefit is that you will get a good night's sleep. First benefit. Second benefit, the whole night is virtuous. The third benefit, and the most important one, is if you familiarize yourself in this practice at all times, you're practicing during the sleep. And sleep is, you can say, a replica or a simulation of death. So every time we sleep, every time we go to bed, every sleep and wake is death and birth, like that. So this actually prepares you for your death. So if you practice that properly, then at the time of death, you can actually propel your consciousness to the land of Amitabha Buddha on your own, without the help of someone, some guru, some teacher, whatever, doing for you. So this can be known as, even though it's not specified here, I'm just telling it to you. So I'm just trying to promote this practice, huh? Yeah. Yeah. So it actually helps you to, it help us to do self transference. Transference. So it helps us to train in self-transference. So the best transference is the self-transference. If you cannot do self-transference, then you have to do reliant transference, relying upon others to do transference for you. Okay, this concludes both of the meditation. And yes, you have a question?
Yeah, normally when we're doing the visualization, we actually sitting on a bed visualizing or lying down.
In your bed, in your original setting, the ordinary setting, whatever you are, just visualize that. That's fine.
Can I also visualize I already arrived Pure Land?
You can. Yeah, there is not much specification on that. Whatever is comfortable for you, you just visualize that. It's better. Yeah. What is that? Yeah. The question is.
She says what happened if you find ourselves chanting in the dream?
That's good. Chanting in the dream is good. Yeah. It's good. Dream is the maybe sleep is not a proper term. Maybe the dream, dream is considered transformative emotion. So it's basically what it means is whatever intention or motivation you have before you sleep, then if you sleep with a positive motivation or positive intent, then the whole sleep process, meaning the dream process, actually becomes proper, pure and virtuous, meritorious, like that. Yeah. So if you find yourself chanting this and then all these are good sign, good thing. Yeah. Yes, please. Yes. 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 So what we do is, So the very so the same thing. I'm not going to repeat this process. So you just visualize purifying yourself, all this thing. Then once you okay, now the next step. This one I'm not going to repeat. Then as you visualize yourself being purified, totally pure, totally clean, totally clear, like that. So clear and so clean and so pure that now you transform into a translucent body. So basically you become like a light bulb, right? Transparent and then full of light. So basically there is so much powerful, positive light emitting out of yourself. You become like a diode, right? So there is so much light. Then you visualize that light directed towards whoever person, your mom, whoever, you direct it towards that person, and in particular to the specific area where that person is suffering from, knee, head, whatever, like that. And then you visualize, you basically, you forecast that light, powerful light from yourself now, because now you are somewhat empowered to do that, okay? So this is one method. There are many other methods, but this is one method, okay? So you basically, cast, you will basically cast the light from your heart to that of the person who you want to heal, and you do that repeatedly like that. So as I said, self-care is very important. So first you have to purify yourself. Once you purify yourself, you are very well taken care of, purify, no negative, nothing, especially no negative intent, nothing. Then you can use that power, that light, to purify others like that. Yes, please. Yes, yeah. So the Vajrasattva is very similar. So a lot of the meditation, visualizing meditations are very similar. So just to simplify for you, I will say this. So a lot of them has similar traits, characteristics. Okay, so the main important, there is always the deity, and then there is the sit syllable of that deity, basically the source of that deity, right? The sit syllable can be Hung, the Hri, the Om, whatever. So that is usually at the heart of that deity. That is the same for all the deities. So for Vajrasattva, I think it's Hri. Hung, it's Hung, yeah, Hung, like that. So Vajrasattva basically we visualize the same, and most of them are same. Only difference here lies in the fact that if you have not received any initiation, then you can only visualize on your crown, on your head. You cannot transform yourself into that deity. So even though right now you just asked question about how to heal others, so you can, you have been healed and you have been purified, all that, but you, depending on whether you have or not have received the medicine Buddha initiation, you can or cannot visualize yourself as a medicine Buddha. But for all of us, it's safe to visualize the medicine Buddha on our head, and then ourselves totally purified, then help others, that is fine. So the same goes with Vajrasattva, everything. Only when you were initiated in that particular order or that particular mandala or that particular deity, that initiation has taken place, then you can visualize yourself as the deity. So you can think of yourself as medicine Buddha, as Amitabha, as Vajrasattva, and have others as a Vajrasattva, not as a disciple or a follower of a Vajrasattva, devotee of Vajrasattva, but as Vajrasattva himself. So of course, the power, the strength of there will be difference, of course, right? So yes, we can do with Vajrasattva and others too. Yeah, like that. Yes, please.
Okay, I really like the visualizations of the Amitabha before you go to bed. Okay. Is it wrong? Because of what I understand, the Vajrayana basically don't really encourage practicing of Western pure land. Yeah. So because of this visualization, I'm very because of Western pure land.
Yes.
But going pure land is not exactly like you can become Buddha. But there's another question saying that because you go to pure land, you really practice. Because at this junction here, my mind is going wild. Yeah. It was very difficult to practice.
Yes.
So there are people who die in the sleep.
Who?
There are people who die in the sleep.
In the sleep, yes.
Yeah. So, if, for example, if I'm the one in a practice this, can I go pure land? Of course, I must include
I'm not at the level to tell. I'm not at the level to foretell that result. I don't know. If you visualize like that and you die, will you go to have It depends on how strong you're. Okay, let's say you're doing this practice tonight and you're very new to this practice, and unfortunately you pass away like tonight. It's quite difficult. Like you will go through like this. But if you have a very strong conviction, like if you practice for months or then your the strength of your meditation, the concentrative level of meditation is strong. Then there's a high chance you could go to Pure Land if you die by doing this meditation or in sleep like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Very exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Had to be blunt. Yes. Yes.
Very science question.
Ah.
This meditation, are we talking about sound and light wave? Because when you meditate, right?
Yes.
When you chant,
Yeah.
sometimes, and of course you see lights. How do you explain in scientific terms?
First of all, I haven't studied science at all. So if I try to like touch upon this topic, I may veer off to the field of pseudoscience. So I don't want pseudoscience. Yeah. So I don't want to go that way. But I think there is a strong relevance to this. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know about the waves, this and that. I mean, I read, but of course, I'm not an expert on this. So I'm not gonna profess to know about this.
But does that mean that, I mean, when you talk about deities or all this Buddha, that's how we have connection.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, in the universe.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So it can be as fast. That's why some people say we call for Tara help.
Yes. Yes.
Otherwise, how does Tara
Mm-hmm.
be a rescue when you're in real trouble? Is that correct?
Yes. So that's true. So this is the thing, in the Vajrayana practices, we can think of Tara as a literal figure in general. In Vajrayana practice, all these Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, we can think of them as a literal figure, or you can visualize them in a figurative manner. So in which case, a lot of the time in the Vajrayana, all the deities are actually understood as personification of this. These different qualitative attributes, positive qualitative attributes of the Buddhas were personified as Tara, as Manjushri, as this, wisdom as Manjushri, strength as Tara, this and that. So not necessary, it depends on your requirement actually. So for a lot of people, we actually feel better or connect more when we can actually think of someone as a person, a real person that's there. Some of us are drawn to abstract things, some of us drawn to non-abstract, like, things. So in general understanding, the Tara does not necessarily have to be an actual person out there. If you think it that way in the literal sense, then Manjushri cannot be a Bodhisattva and Buddha at the same time. But because Manjushri is understood as the essence of all the Buddha's wisdom, then the wisdom can actually manifest in the form of a Bodhisattva or in the form of a Buddha. Even though Buddha and Bodhisattva are two different beings, can manifest in that way. So in this understanding, Tara does not necessarily have to be an external individual, totally different from us, like you and me. So we are two different people. I cannot become you, you cannot become me. I can become someone like you or you like me, but I cannot become you. But we all can become Tara. We all can become, or we can become Manjushri. Listen, all can become Buddha like that. So what that means is that Tara and the Manjushri, all these are, it's a field or a position that we can achieve. So for that matter, when we call for Tara, it's not like Tara is sleeping there. And then when you make the ting, like and then, oh my goodness, oh, this guy is calling me, I have to go and have that person. It's not like that, right? So it's not, yes. So it's in a way, you can say it's an abstract energy there. And when you visualize and practice in a certain way, you can draw that energy from that energy, which is in the space itself. So it doesn't have to be an actual person coming to help you when you ring the bell, like that, more or less.
As for your teaching earlier about the 8 medicine Buddhas.
Yes.
So you're saying that we are into a degeneration.
Degenerate, yeah.
Are we into it now or we still have many years to go?
Actually, we were during the, it's considered to be degenerate already. We are stepping into degenerate time already. So what happens is time has degenerated. What happens is when we become corrupt, it's like what we call that thing. The word I forgot, huh? Endemic, yeah. Contaminated is another thing, but this is like when it's pandemic, what has happened, it spreads to other people very quickly. What's to call that? No. Contagious, yes. So corruption is contagious. So one mind, so when our mind is corrupted, I'm corrupted, and then I lead a certain people in a certain way, then I can corrupt you. Then you can corrupt more people. So it's like it's difficult to start from 1 to 10 to 100. Then once 100 people are corrupted, then it's easy to corrupt tens of thousands and millions and so on and so forth. So once the corruption starts, the corruption of the mind, degenerate usually means the corruption of the mind. So once the mind starts to get corrupted and it spreads, it's a sporadic spread, contagious. So it happens to other very quickly. So even though the demise or the end of Buddha's teaching or Buddha Shakyamuni's teaching is prophesied to until for 5,000 years, about which is 2,600 or 5,000 something almost already gone. But if you look at the way it's going, it can, end faster. Like that. Yeah. You're most welcome. Please. Okay, that's last one. Yeah. Two. Okay.
When you talked about helping someone else,
yes,
would it be possible to actually visualize medicine Buddha on top of that person, rather than on top of your own?
Okay.
Which would that be? Is that possible? Is it? Will it not be as?
So yes. So I'm not. I haven't seen any book suggesting such, and I'm not an authority to suggest you to a new sort of thing. So my answer is I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So in the books specified so far, there is no such thing. Yeah. Usually because that person, usually you empower yourself and then help the other. It's not like, yeah.
Thank you very much.
I think one question.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
What happens when the person we want to help is dying?
Okay.
And can our practice for our medicine Buddha visualization, aspect of bodhicitta, try and bring that person to be less suffering, and easier for that person to make the last difficult passage. So in this case, where does the light that we are trying to emanate go to? Is it like for the whole person's body, for his mind? Something a little bit to help us.
Yes. So what happens? Okay. During the time of death, what happens is all our sensorial processes, the faculties close down, right? Eyes, ears, basically all these things. At the very time of death, that's what I'm saying, like the very, very last minute, right? Cannot hear, everything becomes blurry. The sound, the whole thing becomes blurry. Only thing that remains is what we call the sixth consciousness or the sixth sense, basically the mind alone, no sensorial thing left at all. And this is the moment when the mind is the most sensitive, the mind is at its subtlest level, right? And so when we do, so it's so subtle. So subtlety also means malleable. Okay, so when it's so subtle, what happens at that time is, at that time, we talk about moistening the mind, right? So when you are able to get to the subtlest part of the mind, what happens is whatever image that we try to produce, so imprint on it, it will remain strong and hardened there. Like if you have a clay that is just fresh, then you can mold it into any shape. But once it's hardened, dried, then you cannot change the shape. Only if you try to use force, it will break, right? So like that, the most sensitive, the subtle, what happens at the time of death is the most subtlest moment there. So therefore, it's the most malleable form. So malleable means you can shape it into positive or shape it into negative. So when we do the puja and this and that, so many things, the positive things for the dying person, even though his sensorial faculties were already closed, but there is a blurry image of a prayer or certain things being done for him or on his behalf, like that. So what happens at that time is his morale has been boosted, and he basically now he could, if he had some practice done before, he could actually recall the practices, the images of the Buddha, this and that. So basically he could print, he could reproduce the images of positive images into his mental stream. And when that happens, then this will actually be embossed in his mental continuum. I'm using, metaphors here. So it could be embossed in his consciousness, and that will, when he dies, then when he transitions from life to death or to the intermediary stage to the death, then this will be the print. This has been embossed, imprinted on his mental stream. So therefore, this will come out. This picture will come out, meaning when he will be born in a better, more positive, more positive, good life, whatever this way. Because at the time of death, the last picture that was printed on his memory or his image was captured was something positive, good. So that will also follow up in the next life as well. So therefore, one thing is like that. Another thing is when someone transitions from because of life to death, when someone dies, they're not born right after immediately. A lot of us, most of us have to go through the Bardo intermediate stage. So the Bardo actually possesses or has clairvoyance, could see people's thought, this and that, has some power to travel freely, like to fly, this and that. So some magical powers are there. So the Bardo person can actually witness us doing prayer for him or her, witness on his or her behalf, like that. So those times when he sees those things, he actually is encouraged to cultivate a positive mind, positive heart, to the best of his or her knowledge. If he is well versed in Buddha Dharma, this and that, he could actually recall those. If not, he can think of something positive, something good, and that will actually help him to, when he is looking for the next rebirth to take place, it will actually help him to take a better rebirth because of that positive outlook he has. So, so there are two things. The first thing is that when you do prayer and this and that through the Amitabha, whatever this thing, through the blessing of those Buddhas, those in the divine beings, those divine beings bless the person who is sick, who is dying, to have to clear the obscuration that they have, to see the truth or to see the benefit of Dharma, to see positive things, to repent for negative things like this. So through this blessing, they could actually have a good rebirth or a better life next rebirth. One thing. The other thing is that is more of a spiritual thing. And the other thing, more practical thing, is when the dying person is able to witness, or when the intermediate being, the Pardo, could witness all the positive things that we dedicate for him, when he could see those things, his motivation, his intent, his mindset is all tuned positively. So that way, so what happens is at the time we have the accumulation of both positive karma and negative karma from time immemorial. Last night we talked about beginning less of time. So there is no beginning as such. There is no start of anything. So we have been we have collected so many positive karma, so many negative karma. Most of the time, we have been used to, or we have been given into negative or indifferent things. So therefore, at the time of death, we don't have much recollection, much awareness, nothing, and we live a normal life. We die a normal death, and then we go back to have another normal or like life, normal life, meaning filled with ups and downs, all this samsaric basically thing, right? So we don't harness the the positive karma that we have accumulated in the past lives. We were not able to harness them at the time of death, unless we have been trained to do so, right? So if we could harness, if we could dig into those potential, then at the time of death, we carry that that image, that karmic. So what happens is that karma, we have positive karma, negative karma, all within our mind stream. So it's called the maturation of the karma. So what karma matures at the time of death is the one that you have been used to the most of the time. So if you have been used to indifferent, ordinary, or negative karma, that's what comes up most of the time at time of death. That's why we always end up in the samsara all the time. But if you train ourselves to the positive actions, positive karma, positive things, virtuous things like that, and that's then this will come up at the time of death. And that's one of the reasons when someone dies, we pray and put the image of the Buddha, this and that. So at the very least, this person can have an image, have a perception of the Buddha or something at the time of death. So with this positive image, this will, for example, if you have a when at the time of sleeping, nighttime, if you think about certain thing, and then the next morning when you wake up, this will be the lasting image that you have, right? Similarly, when you die, if you have a positive image imprinted within you, then the next rebirth also that image will be carried on. So you have a better life, this and that. Yeah.
Yesterday you said that meditation is actually familiarized with our mind and the solidarity of our mind.
Sure.
So therefore,
solidifying.
Solidifying our mind. Therefore, the mind is very powerful, and sometimes we get cured of certain diseases because of the power of the mind.
Sure.
And we think it's a miracle. But today we learned about medicine, the mantra, and helping us to cleanse and pure and to get purify our negative emotion and whatever sickness we have, and we get cured. Is actually the power of mind that cure you, or actually the mantra of visualization?
Very good question. Okay.
And when we want to help someone, if we emit light, we emit from the heart or from the forehead, from the crown. Thank you.
What help? Oh, okay, from the heart, from heart or the crown. Okay, I see.
Forehead or
I see.
our heart.
Okay. So the first question is, the healing takes place from the the mantra or the mind, which one it is, right? So there is something called the three powers. Okay, three powers. Top is power. Three power. So it's called the power of concentration or meditation or whatever. Then power of the mantra, and then the power of substance. Ze nga tingizin. So ze is substance, nga is the mantra, and then tingizin is meditative concentration or meditation or whatever. So whenever we visualize, whenever we do practice, and then like healing or helping this and that, for the healing to take place, for the alleviation of suffering to take place, for the uplifting of someone to take place, whatever, it has to have all three components has to be present. The substance, for example, the substance can be, let's say when we do the blessing, that the substance can be the maniribu, like the pills, the precious pill. This can be a substance. Or if I put the peja, the book on someone's head, this can be the substance. So substance is any object that were physical object that was used during the practice. That is the substance. So as a lot of time we use the Vajra bell, this and that, so many things. So whatever object that was used to, let's say we're talking about healing now, right? So for the purpose of healing someone, whatever religious object, whatever this and that was used, that is the substance. Then the mantra is the recitation, whether you are doing Tara Puja, whether you are doing Medicine Buddha Puja, whatever puja you are doing, that is the mantra. Mantra. Then Tingijin is the concentration, that is the mind. So these three things take place, components come together to heal someone. So, so the meditation here is basically the mind. So basically your mind has to be clear, intention has to be pure and clear. Meaning, let's say I was invited to do a prayer for someone dying or deceased. Then I come with the intention of receiving some money or with that sort of ill intention, then it is a distraction. So my mind is distracted. I don't have the pure thing is in concentration. So it's not meditative. It's not concentrative. It is not consolidated. It is dispersed. My mind is dispersed. So therefore, for the chant, the one who's doing the chanting, or the monk or whoever, has to have a pure mindset. Has to have, like that. So that is the meditation part. So meditation, mantra, and substance. The three powers come together for the healing to take place, for rebirth to a higher rebirth to take place, or any so-called puja or practice to work. The compositional factor of the three powers has to come together. Got it? So mind and mantra.
Yeah, doing healing ourselves, what would be the substance for ourselves that we use? The power of substance.
The substance is the nectar. Even though it's kind of imaginative, it's mental, but still, it's a physical imagination. Sorry. It's a mental imagination of a physical thing. So this is sometimes we call this psychophysical. So when I'm thinking of a motorcycle, there's no motorcycle here, but I am conjuring the image of a motorcycle, which is a physical thing in my mind. So therefore, it's the physical, mental manifestation of a physical thing. So that's the substance there. Yes. Sure. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Sure.
So can
Before, I have this one. I have a medicine Buddha pill. So the Serame, my monastery where I come from, we specialize in the medicine Buddha practice. I'm not gonna spend long time explaining things, but I have a medicine Buddha pill for all of you. Okay, each one of you. Yeah, not at all. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support and assistance. Medicine Buddha pill. Yeah. Especially the Thank you. Not at all. Then no question. Then come. This is. No more question or no more question?
It's all the light emit.
That. So the light comes from the heart. Yeah.
last question before we do the closing prayers?
Yes, please go ahead. Please.
I have a very tough time visualize to do the visualization.
Okay. Visualization, yes.
For example, when Pote explained that we visualize the Amitabha Buddha and sleeping and then my mind come like sleeping, facing here, facing there. And the Amitabha here is like facing in front of facing like that. So I have that kind of
difficulty in the visual.
I see. I see. So it seems you're going, okay. So yeah. So you're going into the specific too much. So what you have to do is, so what you have to do is, don't go too deep into the specifics. You know, instead, just visualize Amitabha Buddha. Meaning, like, don't worry too much about Amitabha Buddha sitting there, this cross leg, this, that. If you go this detail, what is Amitabha wearing today? What is the perfume he has put on today? Then it can go on. Did he eat or not? What did he have? It can go so long, right? So just go to like Amitabha Buddha. I mean, so think like, okay, make it easy for you. Because remember, like, think of Amitabha Buddha, who's none other than your guru. So think like you're sleeping on the lap of your guru, like that, okay? Your guru, your teacher, whoever that may be. So think like you are sleeping on the lap of your teacher. That's it, like that. So, okay. So I think your question more about to do with how to visualize in general. You are having problem. So for you, I suggest instead of going to the detail, like we do two types of meditation today, right? The first section, first is visualize the detailed. I mean, the first is the general form of the Buddha. The next one is to go into detail of the eyes and ears, like that. So I think for you, it's better to just visualize a general form of the Buddha. So I suggest what you do is very simple, okay? Just pick up a picture of a Buddha, let's Shakyamuni Buddha, or let's do, okay, for example, Shakyamuni Buddha better. Shakyamuni Buddha, page number 59, Shakyamuni Buddha. So just pick up the page of Shakyamuni Buddha image, look at that very carefully, and close your eyes, and try to reproduce the same image. Then Shakyamuni, you will be wondering about what Shakyamuni wearing this and that, so many things. Then open your eyes, go back. Then you're able to capture this image properly. Then close your eyes and try to reproduce. Again, distract, come back. Distract, come back. Distract, come back. Here, distraction means anything other than this picture you are thinking, that is a distraction for you. Your mind is being distorted, right? So your job is only one job. Think of this picture. Anything other than that you're thinking, just look at this picture like that. That's your only job. Okay? Yeah.
Okay, last question. So it is very helpful for your progress. And I just would like to ask this last question. His Holiness, Wadin Dalai Lama, always advise us that when somebody is dying, do not try to convert him. That person has his or her religion, and that person's his or her religion should be respected, and we should not try to do anything. So in our case, in our society here in Singapore, it's very eclectic. There are many family members and friends who come from different religions.
Yes.
And therefore, if we are there at that very moment, we want to do something, we can't possibly say or express what we have been taught.
Okay.
What can we do with the family and with this person? Can we just try and tell them not to worry about anything and just be, just feel or relax?
So I'm not sure I got the scenario correctly. So the family is
The person in front of us was dying.
Dying.
He's a loved one.
Yeah. He's a
Family or friend
yeah.
of a different religion.
Different religion. Okay.
And in Singapore, there are many.
Right.
Yeah. So we cannot.
So what can we do at that time?
Yeah, we cannot actually do our Buddhist practice and express it because it can be offensive for those who are there.
Yeah. There's some. You can always do silent prayers, silently, because silence is a practice that has been silence is It has been practiced by everyone. In every religion, there is silence practice. In your heart, okay, I tell you this. Like to a person of religion, or to a person dying, who belong to a dying person who belong to a religion other than yourself. Then you approach that person, and then silently you do the prayer. Changjub semjo rinpoche, magepa nam kijuchik, geva nyamba mebayang, kone kongdu power show. May those who have not yet generated bodhicitta be able to generate bodhicitta, and those who have already generated bodhicitta may grow, may foster. Yeah. So basically, this thing. It has nothing to do with Buddhism or this or that, nothing. You want the person to generate, be able to cultivate bodhicitta. At the end of the day, bodhicitta is to lead us to Buddhahood. And Buddhahood is not Buddhism. We wish everyone to become a Buddha, not necessarily Buddhist. It's only say don't convert people to Buddhist. But if you can transform people to Buddha. As I said, Buddha means free from all sorrow. That we wish everyone wants that, whether you belong to Buddhism or another religion or non-atheist or whatever, agnostic, whatever. Everybody wants to be free from sorrow, free from ignorance, free from sorrow. So that one we can pray for anyone. So that I pray, you can pray that at a mosque. You go to a mosque, you pray the same thing. You go to a Hindu temple, you pray the same thing. Yeah, you go to any faith or non-faith, you can pray that the bodhicitta be generated like that. Yeah, Chanju Semjo, that one you can pray silently, so to not to offend the person. Yes. Yeah. Let's conclude. Okay, so all done. Yeah. Okay, so dedication. I do the dedication. Let's see dedication. Yeah, page number 21, is it? 22, okay. Okay, we can do the page number 22, Lamrim dedication prayer. Yeah. Yeah. So page number 22, dedication Lamrim prayer, Lamrim Melam by Lama Tsongkhapa. Yeah. From my two collections, vast as space that I've amassed, from working with effort at this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose mind's wisdom eye is blinded by ignorance. Even if I do not reach this state, may I be held in your loving kindness for all lives, Manjushri. May I find the best of the complete graded path of the teachings, and may I please all the Buddhas by my practice. Using a skillful means drawn by the strong force of compassion, may I clear the darkness from the minds of all beings with the points of the path as I've discerned them. May I uphold Buddha's teaching for a very long time, with my heart going out with great compassion in whatever directions the most precious teachings have not yet spread, or once spread have declined. May I reveal this treasure of happiness and aid. May the mind of those who wish for liberation be granted bounteous peace, and the Buddha's deed be nourished for a long time. By even this great path to enlightenment completely, due to the wondrous virtuous conduct of the Buddhas and their children, human and non-human beings who eliminate adversity and create conducive conditions for practicing the excellent paths, never be separated in any of their lives from the purest path traced by the Buddhas. Whenever someone makes an effort to act in accordance with the tenfold Mahayana virtuous practices, may they always be assisted by the mighty ones. and may oceans of prosperity spread everywhere. And the 24 for the His Holiness. Oh yeah. The path of union of emptiness and compassion is lucidly explained by the protector of the Dharma and the beings of Snowland. You are the lotus holder, Tenzin Gyatso. We supplicate you that your wishes are fulfilled spontaneously. Oh yeah. In Tibetan we read this, okay? 동니닝제 this one. 동니닝제 송도 조베 람제 제레센 강제 덴드 벤 차나 벤모 띵제 잠조 소와데 도신 렌조 조 장조 셈조 렘보 제마예 반 예주로제 개와 냠바 메바란 오네 공도 메와라쇼. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.